Hola, Matthew here, back with Amy, the other partner in All Our Properties. Hello, Amy.
Hello.
We're here with a quick update on the property market in the Costa Tropical and Granada province in general. There's some interesting things been going on in the last month.
There have been some very interesting things.
The market, has it turned? Are prices dropping? Is Spain about to crash?
Well, is Spain about to crash? I don't know, but there definitely has been a shift in the market, especially in the Granada region for properties that are resales. There has been a 2% drop in the last month, which is a definite change if we're looking compared to last year, where it seemed like the Granada market couldn't stop going up and up and up and up. So that definitely has changed, yes.
I guess that's always the way though, isn't it? Anyone who's been in the market for a long time knows that at some point prices have to stop going up.
Well, it's all cyclical. Nothing's going to stay the same forever, nothing can go up forever, nothing can go down forever as well.
But I guess we've got although the average price drops by a small percentage, it's kind of normal, isn't it, that things aren't linear. You get this kind of movement, then a stop,
Yeah.
a little drop, then a movement, and it might go up, it might go down. But I guess if people are delaying the thought process of selling, now might be a great time to do it.
Yeah, there's definitely reasons for the movements and the plateaus that we've been having. That comes a lot from everything that's going on in the world economy, the headlines that are happening, and that does make a little bit of seller hesitation because they want to hold back and see what's going to happen. Maybe I should wait. Maybe it's better because suddenly everything will be better in 6 months. When there's a general slight downhill trend, then normally actually it's better to go ahead and get the property on the market now and make the most of the market that you know you have now.
Absolutely, yeah. None of us have got the crystal ball to say what it's going to do in 6 months' time.
I wish I had that. I wish I had that. It would make life so much easier. I have sellers all the time asking me, well, what's going to happen next year? Should I put the property on the market now? And the honest answer is we don't know, but deal with what you have right now. Don't wait for a market that you don't know exists.
Yeah, no, that's good advice. That's good advice. So, what else has been happening? Well, I guess the big question following on from that is, where have all the property listings gone?
Where have they gone? Everybody's saying the same. I've got colleagues that are out in Granada, down on the Costa Tropical, who I talk to very frequently, and everyone's saying the same. Or it would translate directly from Spanish, there's a lack of product in the market, a lack of properties. And it is true, there definitely are less properties coming into the market at the moment. We've even seen it ourselves. I don't know whether that means that it is a good reason to wait, though. Just because other people aren't going on the market doesn't mean that that's necessarily the right thing to do.
No, I mean, we've not seen any slowdown in the number of buyer inquiries, which is really interesting. We've seen a slowdown in the number of people that are putting their properties on the market. I mean, across the board, typically in Granada province, you'd expect to get around 100, 120 properties on the market a week.
Like that.
And that's been hovering around 60 or 70 for the last couple of months, so the stock's reduced. But buyer inquiries are still really up.
Absolutely, and properties that are priced correctly are selling very quickly. So the buyer demand is absolutely still there. So if you're a seller and you do have a property to sell at the moment, there's no reason not to.
No, now's the time to capitalise and make the most of what could be the tail end of a great market, could just be a plateau, but either way, now's the opportunity.
Now is the opportunity, and as we've just mentioned before, you don't know what's going to happen.
No.
So make the most of what you have now.
Yeah.
Don't wait for something that you've imagined or you're
Well, it's been
sure
really interesting to see. We've had in the last month 4 properties that had multiple offers on them.
Yeah, we have.
2 of which have multiple offers before the public launch.
Yeah.
Because of the pre-launch marketing that we do for our club, all our members, and that's something what we see on a regular basis. The increase of that has been huge because new properties come into the market, priced right, marketed correctly. The buyers are just saying, I've already looked at everything else over the last 6 to 12 months that's been online. I want the new one, I want the new one, I want the new one.
I was just going to say, there is a trick with that.
Yes.
There is a trick with that. It's not just any properties that they're getting 2 or 3 offers on it.
No.
It's new properties that are coming newly into the market with a good marketing. They're looking polished, they're looking well presented, because that's what everyone wants to see these days.
Yeah.
And those are the properties with good marketing at the correct pricing. Those are the ones that are going.
Yes.
It's not the ones that have been sat there for 12 months that everybody's clicked on 1 billion times. And they're tired of seeing them now.
Yeah.
And they're asking why they haven't sold.
Well, usually because they're ridiculous pricing, to be honest. But
Usually.
yeah.
Yeah, usually.
But yeah, that's definitely a shift in the market where we're seeing that the buyer demand is high, that there's not a great amount of stock, and the prices have levelled off. It's a weird dynamic in the market
It's an
because normally
interesting
high
combination.
buyers, not many properties, you push prices up, but it's just kind of price it right, sell it right at the moment.
Absolutely, that is definitely the trick.
Great. And what's happening down on the Costa Tropical? What's going on in that market?
Oh, the Costa Tropical's always busy, and I think there's there's two things actually that are quite interesting to talk about. One is the continued mini boom of the eco mortgage, and that's something not to be forgotten. For anybody that doesn't know, these are mortgages that are giving advantages to anybody under 35. Or for families with children that don't have their own home, that are possibly in rental at the moment, and it's really giving them a step up onto the property market, which is lovely to see. And it's something that I still think a lot of people don't know about and aren't going and getting information about it.
No, it's almost like it's a secret. It's
Yeah,
like
it's odd.
all of the people that are renting, that can actually get a mortgage for less than they're paying for in rent, without a big deposit. Was it like €1,000 to get into?
Yeah.
And yet no one seems to know about it.
I think partially that's coming from the banks, because I was chatting with a bank manager this morning and they did say that it is a little bit of a headache, because normally for a normal mortgage they just do their mortgage process,
Yes.
but for eco they're having to do two simultaneous processes and push them forward at the same time.
Okay.
So you have to really find a bank manager that's going to be in your corner and fight for you almost, which, I mean, if anybody's interested and wants a bit of information about that, then do get in touch, because we do know bank managers that will really fight for you on that. And on the Costa Tropical, it's particularly interesting because in Andalucia it's up to €225,000. So, you know,
you can still buy a reasonably a decent house for that.
you can get a decent house for that, even like all on the Costa Tropical. You can get a decent price for a house for that. Sorry. So that was number one. And the other thing is obviously the ongoing paperwork battle, because a lot of people think that paperwork problems, whether it's things being registered correctly, is just for the small towns. Not the case at all. We see it on the Costa Tropical as well. We get lots of properties where people have absolutely no idea that their properties aren't registered correctly. So that is definitely something that is to be kept an eye on, because more and more now lawyers, they want everything absolutely right. So if your property's not right, realistically you're not selling it.
Well, and rightly so. It's been far too long that these things have been glossed over.
Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
Scary how many people think that their property paperwork is in order, because when I bought it, I used a lawyer and everything seemed to be fine.
No criticism.
But the same
to lawyers
lawyer
there.
wouldn't even allow you to buy it now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no criticism to the
No.
the lawyers there. They're doing the best for their clients. The market has changed. The law has changed.
Yeah.
And it's just keeping up to date with that and checking, if you don't know and you're thinking about selling, whether your paperwork is up to date with that. Because in a lot of cases, it isn't.
It's not.
Yeah.
And no criticism to lawyers, but not all lawyers are the same.
No.
Please talk to us about which ones to use. We're not talking about one transaction here, we're dealing with hundreds, so we know who to put you in touch with.
We absolutely know. Yeah.
So, cool. Thank you, Amy, for that update. And obviously, anyone else, if you want more information on those topics, we will be making a full video on each of those, but we don't want to bore you to tears here with all of it. So please like and subscribe, leave a comment below, even if it's just to make Amy smile. There we go. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Bye.